And dear students, today we start the last lesson, environmental chemistry. So this is a separate branch of chemistry which deals with chemical substances and chemical process which are harmful to the environment. So we do many chemical process in industry and how these chemical process and the substances obtained in the process harmful to the environment. So that will lead to the pollution in the environment. So in environmental chemistry lesson, we will deal with the environmental pollutions and how to control these pollutions like air pollution, water pollution and soil pollution. So environmental pollution is mainly due to the chemical substances and chemical process. So we have many chemical substances which are harmful. We call them as pollutants. So many pollutants which are making environmental pollutions. There are two types of pollutants. One is biodegradable. Another one is non-biodegradable. So when we take biodegradable pollutants, it can be decomposed by natural process. So by biological process, naturally the pollutant will be decomposed. You can take plant as well as animal wastes. Even though they are pollutants, these plant as well as animal wastes will be decomposed by the biological process naturally. But there are non-biodegradable pollutants. They cannot be decomposed naturally. So second type of pollutant is non-biodegradable pollutants. So they are not decomposed by the biological process. We have many examples like metal wastes like mercury, lead. So these metals are harmful to the environment. We have insecticides and pesticides like DDT. Last lesson we studied preparation of DDT. PPDAS, dichlorodiphenyl, trichloroethane. Then plastics, polymers, they are not decomposed easily by the biological process. And we have many nuclear wastes. In nuclear power plants, we emit many nuclear wastes. They are non-degradable in nature. So environmental pollution is mainly due to the pollutants. There are two types of pollutants, biodegradable and non-biodegradable. These are all examples of non-biodegradable pollutants. And atmospheric air. We know that atmospheric air is a gaseous mixture. It is not a single compound, it is a mixture. Atmospheric air has nearly 78% nitrogen gas, 21% oxygen gas, 0.04% carbon dioxide, remaining noble gases like argon, very low concentration, 0.93%, and traces of some other noble gases and moisture. So atmospheric air is a mixture of gases, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, noble gases and moisture. And when we take atmosphere, we have different layers, right? So based on the distance from the earth surface, we have regions of atmosphere. As you studied in lower classes in geography, we have regions of atmosphere based on the distance from the Earth's surface. First, we take troposphere. 0 to 10 kilometer distance from the Earth's surface. This is called a troposphere. Next, stratosphere. 10 to 50 kilometer distance. And in each sphere, what is the temperature range? What are the gases present? All have given in our book, right? You just go through. Then stratosphere is an important one where ozone molecules present. So this is called a ozonosphere. So ozone is a natural umbrella which prevent the harmful ultraviolet rays from the sun. So due to the presence of ozone, we are just escaped from the cancers. So skin cancer is mainly due to the UV ray. So that is filtered by the ozone molecules in the stratosphere. It ranges 10 to 50 kilometers from the Earth's surface. So stratosphere is also called as ozonosphere. Next, mesosphere. So distance is 50 to 85 kilometers. Then thermosphere. 85 to 100 kilometers. So the one more question is, what is the temperature range and what are the gases available in each region of atmosphere? You have to remind it. So we have atmospheric air. It is a mixture of gases, and the atmosphere is having a different regions based on the distance from the Earth's surface. So mainly we are going to study the pollutions in troposphere and ozonosphere and so on. So almost 80% mass of atmosphere is in troposphere. So maximum limit 10 kilometers from the Earth's surface. Within this region, 80% of mass is contained. Okay, we have a liquid as well as a solid components. So when we take the atmosphere, almost 80% of mass of atmosphere is in this region, troposphere. And this is divided into three major categories, right? First one is hydrosphere. So based on what type of components present. Hydrosphere. From the name itself, we can easily identify that it is made up of water molecules. So liquid components will be present. So we have oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, streams, underground water, polar ice caps, clouds. So all these are in the hydrosphere, right? So when we take Earth's surface, almost 75% of Earth's surface is of water. So hydrosphere has liquid components in different forms. Water is present in different forms like ocean, river, lake, and so on. So Earth's surface is having around 75% water molecules. So we call Earth as a blue planet. Okay. So there are three categories in the troposphere. First one, hydrosphere, liquid components. Second one, lithosphere. So solid components. This is made up of solid components in the Earth's surface. So we have soil, rocks, mountains. So these solid components in the troposphere is called a lithosphere region. Then third one is biosphere. So living organisms, biosphere means living organisms in the troposphere region. So we have living organisms on the surface of Earth in both hydrosphere as well as lithosphere. Okay, so you can take plants, animals, human beings. So these living beings in the hydrosphere as well as lithosphere, collectively known as biosphere. So living organisms in the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, collectively known as biosphere. Next, we move into types of pollutions. Okay, we have different types of environmental pollutions. First one is air pollution. So there will be many undesirable changes in the atmospheric air. So due to pollutants, many undesirable changes are happening. So air pollution is mainly happening in troposphere as well as stratosphere. Okay, especially the ozone depletion. Ozone depletion leads to more number of UV rays on the Earth's surface. It will lead to skin cancer. So the air pollution is mainly happening in troposphere as well as stratosphere. And what are the pollutants? So these pollutants are responsible for this air pollution. So we have two type of air pollutants. One is gas pollutants. Next one is particulate pollutants. Okay, in today's class we complete gas pollutants. Different gas pollutants are available, like compounds of sulfur, compounds of nitrogen, and compounds of carbon, especially oxide compounds. Oxides of sulfur, nitrogen, and carbon. They are the gaseous pollutants. They are making air pollution in both the troposphere as well as stratosphere. So what are the oxides of sulfur? They are behaving as gas pollutants. Sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So both are the gaseous pollutants. The sulfur dioxide is produced due to the burning of fossil fuels. So we have petrol, diesel, LPG, and wood, and many fossil fuels are there, like coal, petroleum. So due to the burning of fossil fuels, and we do roasting of sulfide ores like galena or zinc blende. So these sulfide ores will be roasted. In all these process, sulfur dioxide is produced. So sulfur dioxide is a gaseous pollutant, and the produced sulfur dioxide will be converted into sulfur trioxide by oxidation process. So the produced sulfur dioxide will be converted into sulfur trioxide. So all these are harmful. Okay, when you take the sulfur dioxide, so this is making eye irritation, coughing, and respiratory diseases like asthma and bronchitis. So the produced sulfur trioxide will combine with the moisture. It becomes sulfuric acid. So when we consider atmospheric air, sulfur dioxide is produced due to the burning of fossil fuels and the roasting of sulfide ores. We get a sulfur dioxide. This is harmful, and this becomes a sulfur trioxide. Combining with moisture, it becomes sulfuric acid. So during rain, sulfuric acid comes along with the water molecules as acid rain. This is making rain as an acid rain. So that is highly harmful for the environment, for living beings also. The next gas is pollutants. Oxides of nitrogen, nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide. So nitrogen combines with oxygen, it forms different types of oxides: nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, nitrous oxide. So many oxides will be formed. So when we burn the fuels like coal, petrol, diesel, when we do oxidation of nitrogen gas in atmospheric air, we get different oxides. So when we heat nitrogen in the atmospheric air above 1210 degrees Celsius, first we get nitric oxide. The produced nitric oxide is oxidized again at 1100 degrees Celsius. We get nitrogen dioxide gas. One more possibility: nitric oxide can combine with the ozone molecules. It may give nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. So the produced nitrogen dioxide will combine with moisture, it forms nitric acid. So already sulfur trioxide has become sulfuric acid. In the atmospheric air, nitrogen dioxide becomes nitric acid. So during rain, this is making the rain as acid rain. Okay. So this acid rain, or we can say the produced oxides of nitrogen, will retard the photosynthesis. Once photosynthesis is reduced, the plant growth is disturbed, and these oxides of nitrogen will cause asthma and lung injury, and it affects textile fibers and metals also. So first gas is polluted is oxides of sulfur, second one is oxides of nitrogen, third one is oxides of carbon. Carbon forms two common pollutants: carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. So this is a harmful gaseous molecule, especially in the automobile. So when we use cars, the AC should be switched on only when the car is in the movement. Okay, when the car is not in the movement, we should not use the AC. So that will produce the carbon monoxide. This will lead to the death. So we should be very careful. So this carbon monoxide is produced due to the incomplete combustion of firewoods. Then automobile exhaust, as I told, automobile exhaust will produce this poisonous carbon monoxide. And what happens when we inhale carbon monoxide? We are in the car, it is a rainy season, we are not traveling in car, we are just inside the car. The car is not in the movement, but engine is switched on, AC is an on position. It will produce more number of carbon monoxide molecule within the cabin. So when we inhale carbon monoxide, the hemoglobin of our blood will combine with this carbon monoxide. Instead of oxygen, there is a binding position for oxygen in the hemoglobin. It is a coordination compound. So the hemoglobin coordination compound has to combine with oxygen for respiration. But when we inhale the carbon monoxide, preferentially this will occupy the position of oxygen. So all the carbon monoxide molecules will be attached with the hemoglobin instead of oxygen. So it will lead to death. Okay. So the transportation of oxygen to the cells are totally blocked due to the carbon monoxide. So this is highly harmful. So inhaling of carbon monoxide will lead to headache, dizziness, tension, loss of consciousness, blurring of eyesight, and finally cardiac arrest. Okay. And one more harmful carbon oxide is carbon dioxide. And we exhale carbon dioxide. During respiration, we take oxygen, we inhale oxygen and we emit carbon dioxide. So due to respiration, carbon dioxide is liberated. But plants utilize carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. So there is a cycle. Okay, there should not be any disturbance in this cycle. We exhale the carbon dioxide, plants will inhale the carbon dioxide. There should be a proper cycle. so that we need more number of trees. So this carbon dioxide is produced by respiration and burning of fossil fuels and forest fire, decomposition of limestone, decomposition of limestone in cement industry. All these will produce carbon dioxide. So increased carbon dioxide level will lead to headache, nausea, as well as global warming. Next, we can take hydrocarbon. Carbon combines with oxygen, it forms carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. The same way, carbon combines with hydrogen, it forms different types of hydrocarbons like aliphatic as well as aromatic. So, incomplete combustion of automobile fuel, the natural Mars gases will produce hydrocarbons like methane. And we have many aromatic hydrocarbons, polyaromatic hydrocarbons. They are leading to irritation in eyes, then irritation in mucous membranes, and highly they are carcinogenic in nature. So these are carcinogenic agents, right? As we studied in the 13th lesson, this will lead to cancer. Okay. So these oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of carbon and hydrocarbons, they are the gaseous pollutants. Okay. And these gaseous molecules will lead to global warming also. So these gases are called greenhouse gases. So we take hydrocarbon, methane, carbon dioxide, and the last class we studied freons, right? Chlorofluorocarbons, simply we call them as freons. Then water vapors. So these are all collectively known as greenhouse gases. So they are making greenhouse effect and it will lead to global warming. So in general, we receive sunlight. So sunlight is reaching the earth's surface and it will be returned back. It is a natural process. So a particular part of sunlight will be radiated again to the space. This is a natural process. When the level of greenhouse gas increases artificially or by human activities from the industry, when these greenhouse gases level increases, the sunlight after reaching the earth's surface, a part of the rays will not be returned back. So overall, the temperature of earth's surface will be increased. So day by day, the temperature of earth's surface is increasing. This is called global warming. Okay. So sunlight reaches the earth's surface and the earth's surface radiates part of this energy back to the space as IR radiation. So this radiation from the earth's surface to the space is in terms of IR radiation. Due to these greenhouse gases, the radiation is disturbed. Okay. So due to these greenhouse gases, the temperature in the earth gradually increases. This is called global warming. Heating up of earth's surface due to greenhouse effect or greenhouse gases is called global warming. So this is a global issue. So due to this, the Earth's surface temperature increases. Without greenhouse effect, the normal temperature in the Earth's surface is minus 18 degrees Celsius. That means 0 degree Fahrenheit. But this is slowly increasing because of global warming. Greenhouse effect is a natural process anyway. Due to the increase in the level of greenhouse gases, global warming has become an issue. So when we take the last 100 years, almost 30% carbon dioxide level is increased in the atmosphere. This is mainly due to human activities. So 30% carbon dioxide level has increased, and when you take hydrocarbons, especially methane, its level is doubled in the last 100 years. So because of global warming, the polar ice caps will be melted and lead to the flood in lower lying area. And many infectious diseases will be spreading because of global warming, like dengue as well as malaria. These infectious diseases will be spread much because of global warming. So all the countries are working together to reduce the global warming, how to control the greenhouse gases. So we have to control these environmental pollutions. And tomorrow we will discuss about acid rain. Thank you.